Well, there are a whole variety of ways that clubs can be organised and run, and many of them require very, very little funding. A lot of it could be in-kind support. For example, visitors could come in to help run a club. A lot of science departments and DT departments, for example, would have resources that could already be used. And there are also partnership grants where schools and clubs can work possibly with external organisations or businesses, which they can apply for.
And we've got some links with the Department of Plant Sciences here at Cambridge in the university, and we got in touch with them and asked if they would sponsor us and help us go through the application process, and we got nearly £2,000 to buy some equipment to study algae and how algae can be turned into biofuels.
Notice how black the boiling tube is going.
When you're trying to get funding from an outside agency, you need to consider your target audience, and I think you need to try and consider what it is you're trying to do and why it is you're trying to do it. You'll find as well that certain people will often be looking for certain things, so it's worth doing your research.
There are lots of websites, funding finder websites that you can utilise. Additionally, the STEM Club's website often gives you information on grants that you can apply for, as does the Planet Science website. And there are a huge number of grants out there. It is a time-consuming process, and it's not the most successful of processes all the time.
The Royal Society of Chemistry, very, very good, often putting in a lot of money towards projects, especially if you're trying to do something that's different, if you're thinking out the box. So I think, that's the main thing. You've just got to be brave. You've just got to be able to, have no limits, be able to take risks, try things out. We did a inflatable planetarium day where we had lots of primary school kids coming in to have a look inside the inflatable planetarium, and did like wonders of the solar system with all of our pupils from the Guildwood School. That was all paid for by the Institute of Physics. We sometimes get funding by offering activities to other schools, and just around the corner from our school, for Rapid Electronics, they help provide us with equipment. They've helped us raise funds and do fundraising activities.
One of our governors, after a governor's meeting for a pastoral matter, he and I started talking. I said to him, well, the club is looking to go to the races. And he then said to me, well, how much would you need to get to the next season? He and a colleague of his then chipped in and gave us funding for that.
Although the school hasn't got enough money to fund the club specifically, she asked me if I had any sponsorship ideas. I raised a little bit of money through one or two people I work with, so that we could actually help the club continue. More importantly, I came along to see one or two of the races as well, because it's one thing providing funding, but another thing is providing support and time for something which is clearly very worthwhile. So, it's terrific to see that sort of enthusiasm and that desire to be involved in something as interesting as this.
Presented properly to a management team within a school, I think one should be able to draw some funding from the central pot. And of course there's always the science and maths and technology departments, to make applications for a small amount from each of their capitation.
The smallest amount of money will make a massive difference to us, when if we have nothing, to get something makes just a huge difference.